Oh, hi there. Thanks for showing up for your learning. Let's take a look at measurement and the different things that we want to make sure we know in measurement. All right, let's go, everybody. Let's go. So, first of all, angles and angle properties we will be learning. So this is new. It's today's lesson or tomorrow's lesson, actually. Sorry. So let's go ahead and take a look at these things ahead of time. Here is okay, so we know K and M, 40 is there and something is there. So all right, let's really zoom in on this so that you can see these are tiny little numbers. There you go. So here's K up here, here's M down here, and this is 40 degrees. If this is parallel with that and we have a line crossing it, then that actually means this over here is 40 degrees also, because they would be crossing this line at the same angle. So M is going to be related to this angle 40 by 180 degrees. So 40 plus M is 180, so that gives us a little equation here.
Could Tim Green and Mackenzie Wall please bring your forms to the
So
Phys office?
M
That's
is equal
Tim
to
Green and
140.
Mackenzie Wall. Please bring your forms to the Phys office.
But by the same logic, K is also 140. So there you go. That's how I would figure out K and M in that case. I need to figure out the hotkeys for this. Carrying on. Let's go. So in this next one here, we have the kissing birds pattern. I like to call this the kissing birds pattern. All right. So there, that's 135 degrees, and it's across from B. So when angles are across from one another, the same. So B is equal to 135. But this angle here is 180 because there's a straight line. So 135 plus some angle, that's 45, will give you 180. So you could set that up like 180. A straight line is equal to 135 plus C, and subtract 135 from both sides to get 45 is equal to C. Cool. Now over here, this one, we're looking for J over here. That's 164. So if I go this way, that's 180. So J plus 164 is 180. So J is equal to 180 minus 164. So that means J is equal to 16 degrees. All right. But then inside this triangle, all of the angles will add up to 180 degrees as well. That's a special property of triangles, is that they're a little bit like straight lines in that way. So J plus 114, well, that would be 16 plus 114 gives us 130. So here's an equation. J plus 114 plus H is equal to 180. The J's known. It's 16 plus 114 plus H equals 180. Subtract 130 from both sides, and this is 0. And then subtract 130 from that side. H is equal to 50 degrees. So that's how you find J and H there. Ah, over here. Okay. C and D. Let's find C and D. All right. When you've got things that are like this, you can say, well, I could divide that into two triangles. So it would have a total internal angles of 360 degrees. Okay. So anything with four corners will add up to 360 degrees. And we're going to review this a lot more for EQAO because they're very common EQAO problems. Let's go. So C, we're going to get C from this straight line. So C plus 42 equals 180. Subtract 42 from both sides. Gives us C is equal to 138. So there we go, 138. And now D, well, here I can make an equation here. 360 degrees is the total of these four angles, interior angles. So 360 is equal to D plus C, which is 138, plus 76 plus 103. Okay, let's add those together. That's 241, 317. There's calculators for a reason, right? Okay, let's add these together. Why am I being so stubborn? That's 214, 317. Yeah. So we're going to have 360 is equal to D plus 317. Subtract 317 from both sides will give you D. Okay, 360 minus 317 is 43 equals D. There. Okay, that's how we do those. All right, now we got Pythagorean theorem questions. What are the light? So let's go. Okay, use Pythagorean theorem to solve the missing side lengths. Show all work and include the correct units. Okay, so if that's 13 and that's 17, let's find this question mark here. Let's call it x. Okay, then we would set it up this way. A squared plus b squared. Those are the two legs of the triangle is equal to c squared. That's the hypotenuse of the triangle. All right, let's input our things. 13 squared plus 17 squared equals x squared. This is 169 plus 289 equals x squared. Add those together. Again, calculators exist. They are something that exists that you'll have access to on your test. And I just need to access mine because I brought it to the other room and I just have it here. There it is. Okay, here we go. 169 plus 289 equals 458. We take the square root of 458, and that is 21.4009. To the nearest tenth. We were asked to the nearest tenth, so give it to the nearest tenth. That's 2.1. The 0 rounds down, so it's 2.1. X equals 21.4 meters. Show all work and include the correct units. I did. Meters. Let's zoom out. We don't need to do this close. Okay, for this one here, we've got a side 12 and a side 15. So I happen to know that this is 9. It's a 9. So let's do it. Okay. So here, same thing. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Put them in the right place. 12 squared plus, call this little b squared equals 15 squared. Subtract 144 from both sides because 12 squared is 144, so that's 0. B squared is equal to 225, which is 15 squared, minus 144. When I do that, I get b squared is equal to 81, and b is equal to 9. But it's not 9, it's 9 centimeters. There. Done for all the marbles. Cool. TVs are advertised by their diagonal distance. A 65-inch TV is advertised as a store. How wide is the TV if it is 40 inches tall? Okay. Draw a picture. 40 inches. 65 inches. Let's find how wide it is. Call it x. Okay? A squared plus b squared equals c squared. X squared plus 4t squared equals 65 squared. Subtract 40 squared from both sides. X squared equals 65 squared minus 40 squared equals 2625. I wonder if that's something like 45 or something. Okay, no. 55? Anyway, take the square root of what I just got equals 51.23. How wide is the TV? And let's include it to the nearest tenth because we were asked up there. So it's 51.2 inches. The 3 rounds down. So x equals 51.2 inches. Okay? Therefore, the TV is 51.2 inches. Wide. Doesn't sound right. Okay. Determine the perimeter of the given figures. Well, I would if you gave me some figures. They're on the next page. Let's find the perimeter of these things. Okay, how do we do this? All right, so here, 5, 4, and it's a right angle. Wait, that's 5 and that's 4. How long is that? I don't know. Well, this is 4 over here too, and I don't know this one. Okay, call that X and that Y. All right, let's find them. Y squared equals 4 squared plus 5 squared. Y squared equals 16 plus 25 is 41. Y is equal to a little bigger than 6. Square root of 41 equals 6.4. Okay? And then X over here. X squared is equal to 4 squared plus 2 squared. X squared is equal to 20. X is equal to a little bigger than 4. Square root of 20 is equal to 4.5. Okay? So now let's do the perimeter. This side, this is also 5 up here, so I also want to add that side. So let's add these two together. This is going to be perimeter is equal to 5 plus 5 plus 4.5 plus 2 plus 5 plus 6.4. Okay, add all those together. Perimeter is equal to 10, 12, 15, 17. 17 plus 4.5 plus 6.4. Together those are 10.9. So the perimeter is 27.9 meters. Okay, so that's the perimeter of that funky shape. Don't make the mistake and think that that's a parallelogram. It's not. These sides are not parallel on the opposite sides there, X and Y. So they're different lengths. Okay, finding the perimeter of this one is mildly tricky. That's 4 and that's 3, that's 5. Why? Because 5 squared is equal to 4 squared plus 3 squared. Memorize the 3, 4, 5 triangle or check this yourself to prove it to you. So that side's 5. If this is 6 meters here, then the radius is 3 meters. Okay? So, but I do know that up here, this is 6, and this over here is 4. Now, for perimeter, I only add the outside bits, but I need to calculate this bit around here. How long is that? So, let's find that. That's going to be perimeter of a circle, circumference of a circle, is 2 pi r, but I only have a half of the circle, so I'll divide it by 2. The 2 cancels the 2, and so the perimeter of that bit is 3 pi. 3 pi is, use the pi button on your calculator, 3 times, he says, here's the pi button, 3 times pi is equal to 9.4 will do just fine. So this bit's 9.4, okay? Perimeter is add all the sides together. Perimeter is equal to 3 plus 5 plus 6 plus 4 plus 9.4. And then we've gone all the way around the outside. Okay, we only count the outside bits. 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 is a fancy way of saying 18. 18 plus 9.4 is 27.4. And they're meters. There we go. 27.9, 27.4. Very interesting. Very close, these numbers. My goodness. Okay, now find the area of these types of shapes. Okay, this one is we want to find the shaded area here, here, here. So the area shaded is going to be equal to the area of the triangle minus the area of the circle. All right, so the shaded area here is equal to, well, the base times the height divided by 2. So this is base times height divided by 2. That's the area of the triangle minus pi r squared. Where'd you get those, Mr. Jennings? From your formula sheet. Okay, so you got pi r squared there for area of the circle. You've got triangle here, 1/2 base times height, or base times height over 2. So just put in your formulas and then substitute in your values. Okay, so the area here is equal to 16 times 19 divided by 2 minus pi times 5 squared. Okay, so the area is equal to 8 times 19. 8 times 19, because I divide 16 by 2, it's just easier. 152. Okay, 152 minus 25 pi. Well, let's just do that. 152 minus 25 times 73.5. 75.5 what? Yards squared. Ooh, get that in there too. That's important. Get the unit. Okay, yards squared. 73.5. Okay. All right, let's go. So here, now we're going to have area shaded is equal to area of the circle minus area of the triangle. So this one inverts it, right? So let's find that. Okay, so the area that we're looking for is equal to the area of the circle. The radius here is 7 because its diameter is 14. So that's going to be pi r squared minus base times height over 2. Same formula. So let's substitute in. Pi times 7 squared minus all right, let's keep going. Ooh, zoom in. There we go. Oh yes, adult roar now. That's good. Thanks everyone. Okay, so here, base times height. Well, what's the height? Oh my goodness. Well, the base here is 14. Okay, the height is, oh, there it is. Cool, 7. The height is the radius. 14 times 7 divided by 2. Okay, so this one is equal to 7 squared is 49 pi minus 14 divided by 2 is 7. So this is 49 pi minus 49. Cool. 49 times pi minus 49 is equal to 104.9 is equal to 104.938. So it's 104.9. Area is equal to 104.9 feet squared. Okay, we could go 105 feet squared. That would be fine too. If they tell you where to round, you should round there. But I'm just rounding a little bit extra. Okay, so now here I want to find the surface area and the volume. That's a little bit more challenging. I'm going to flip my formula sheet over. Go ahead and find the cone that matches. Okay, here's my formula for surface area. I have it here. And I have volume over there as 1/3 the height of the cylinder. Okay, so first let's do volume. It's easier. Volume is equal to the area of the base multiplied by the height divided by 3 because it goes to a point. Okay, if it was a cylinder, I would not divide by 3. It would be 3 times as big. Okay, so let's do that. Area of the base is equal to pi r squared for the circle on the bottom multiplied by, well, let's substitute in, the height is 19, and then we're going to divide by 3. Okay, they didn't give us anything that was going to cancel. That's not nice of them. Okay, so this is put into 10 for the radius. The radius is 10, so don't make that mistake. It's 20 divided by 2. So that's 100 pi times 19 divided by 3. That's equal to 1900 pi over 3. No cancels available. Let's find out what it is. 1900 times pi divide by 3 equals 1989.7. The 7 will round the 6 up. Equals 1989.7 feet cubed. Cubic feet. Okay, now let's find the surface area. To find the surface area, we need the slant height. You'll note that this is a right angled triangle. So we have 10 squared plus 19 squared equals s squared. 19 squared happens to be 361. So this is 461 equals s squared. Your calculator will tell you the same thing. You work this out. Okay, and so let's do the square root of 461. 461, but I take the square root of it. I write that this way. Square root of 461 equals 21.5. S equals 21.5, but I'm going to work with that number, so I'm going to keep it on my calculator. Here, surface area is equal to area of the base plus area of the surface, the coney surface on the side. So that's pi r squared plus pi rs. That's the surface area of that bit. Okay, so this is equal to 10 squared times pi plus pi times 10 times that weird number 21.5. But I'm not going to use 21.5. I'm actually going to keep this number on my calculator and not use the rounded version for my calculations. Very good habits, Mr. Jennings. So I'm going to start my work over there, okay? Times 10 equals, okay, so it's that number, times pi equals that number, 674.5. 10 squared pi is 100 pi plus this number, 674.5. All right, now let's add. See, I'm not going to type that number, and I keep it on my calculator. And I add 100 times pi equals. This is my final answer, and I'll round this. Okay, so this is 988.7. This is equal to 988.7 feet squared, because it's area. That's my final answer. Determine the shaded volume given the solid below. Okay, there's a cylinder cut out of a big cube. So the volume total is the volume of the square prism or the rectangular prism minus the volume of the cone. Okay, so let's find out what those are. This is length times width times height is how we find the volume of this guy. And we're going to subtract area of the base times height for the volume of this cone. Okay, so that's, we can substitute in there. The length is 20, the width is 12, and the height is 15. I'm multiplying there. Minus area of the base is pi r squared times the height is 18. So that's 18. R squared is just 5, so that's 20 times 12 times 15. Can anyone else do that in their heads? It's 3,600. See if I've got that right. 20 times 12 times 15 equals 3,600. Minus 25 pi, because r was 5, so 5 squared is 25, times 18. 25 times 18, 450. 25 times 18 equals 450. So we have, this is exact value, 360 minus 450 pi. Okay, let's do 450 times pi equals that. And we're going to say, but that number is negative. Okay, and then we're going to add that to 360. That number, 2186.3. Because the 8 makes the 2 round up. So this is this many yards, cubic yards. Okay? There, that's done, final answer. So I went a little fast there at the end because it's lunch and I want to eat my lunch, but I'm always available by email if you have questions. So hit me up by email, folks, or hit me in class. Bye for now.